A lot of music fans may have seen the band Great Big Sea in town over the years. Now their former singer has a band of his own. Alan Doyle will be in town later this week, and he's starting the next leg of his tour at Anthology on Thursday night. Doug Embledge, you know, is the biggest Alan Doyle fan in the building, and he was able to Skype with Alan a few days ago.
Alan, you're starting this leg of the tour in good old Rochester, New York. We appreciate that. What's the mission this year? You've been out touring in the years since Great Big Sea pretty regular. What's the mission on this trip?
Same as ever, always the same mission, to give people the greatest night out of their lives. I've always wanted that. You know, I always think that concerts are special, especially, you know, as you get a bit older and people got to get babysitters and they got to get, you know, it's a big commitment to get people out, and I'm grateful for it. So I want to make sure they get a great night when they do.
And as I look at the schedule, I mean, you geographically, you are finding places so far from Newfoundland where people love you. Do you find that? Do you, like, when you choose places you're going to play anymore, are there pockets that you know this is a place that knows us, or do you feel like you can go anywhere now?
Oh, no, they're always discovering new places, and you know, Great Big Sea toured a lot in the northeast part of the U.S. and a lot around the border towns. But we never played a lot, for example, in the south. Like, I just did a tour where we played in Oklahoma City for the first time, and we played very rarely in Texas and the like. So I'm excited to be going to that part of America more and more. And then there's always parts of Europe and stuff. I love using music and concerts especially as a way to get around the world and to see things. You know, it's my favorite way to travel still. I can't wait to get to Rochester, by the way. We always had great nights in Rochester. There's always, it's great. No, Rochester's one of those places that, like, I don't know, like, the first time I went to a Great Big Sea, I remember looking down the long street and seeing the Kodak building, you know, and going like, oh, that's, you know, that's a thing I see my whole young life, you know? And it's like seeing the place where that sort of originated, or where the whole headquarters was or something, was kind of like seeing like Mars or something, you know? It's like getting, you know, to go to Disneyland or something. It was like just seeing the origins of something that's so omnipresent in my young life was pretty awesome.
The first time I saw you was at a place here called the German House, and a friend of mine dragged me on a Wednesday night, kicking and screaming. It was a snowy night. You guys got in at the last second, which I know you've had some snowy bus rides before. But I told my friend that, and it was the Fortune's Favor tour, and as soon as I heard maybe the first 5 or 6 notes, I was hooked. And it was part of the energy, and it was the song and all that stuff. But do you feel like on a given night, you know, you're playing to people who know you, and then you're playing to people who've never heard you before, and are you trying to win them over?
Always. And again, because I'm so grateful when people who've seen it, you know, are bringing a friend that hasn't seen it. You know, especially in the Celtic music world, or in the Newfoundland traditional music world. You know, if you're, you know, your pal or whatever in your office, for example, in Rochester, saying, you got to come to this band, or what do they play? Oh, they play Newfoundland traditional music. I mean, that's not the easiest sell in the world sometimes. You know, so I feel like I have kind of an obligation, but it's also kind of a better, like a real cool challenge, and to make sure people have a great night with it, you know, and so I'm always super grateful when people, you know, coerce their friends into turning a crowd of 100 into a crowd of 200. That's fantastic.
All right, in half an hour, we'll talk again with Alan. He talks more about life on the road and his big movie role. First.